Morning, y'all. Morning, y'all. Morning, morning, morning. We're going to be making biscuits. We're going to be making biscuits this morning, y'all. Morning, everyone. We're going to make some biscuits this morning. We're going to bake off that delicious loaf of sourdough bread right there. We're going to... Morning, Chicago. Morning, morning. So, yes, we're going to bake some biscuits this morning. I'm going to warm up some breakfast hash. We're going to probably fry up some eggs, y'all. And we're going to bake off that delicious loaf of sourdough bread laying back there. I started that yesterday, so we're going to bake that off. That's what we're going to do this morning, y'all. How is everybody? How is everybody this morning? How is everybody? Happy St. Patrick's Day, y'all. Happy St. Patrick's Day, y'all. Morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm just sifting some white lily self-rising flour here, y'all. Yes, the sourdough recipe is in the cookbook, y'all. It sure is. And so is the sourdough starter recipe, y'all. So just sifting white lily. Just sifting white lily. Happy St. Patty's Day, y'all. I hope that y'all have a fantastic day today. I just thought I'd jump on, share a cup of coffee with y'all. Get some biscuits made, you know, because we got to have some biscuits. I got a sourdough loaf back there ready to bake off that I started yesterday. So we're going to do that. I'm probably going to heat me up some breakfast hash that I made yesterday for the mister. Yes, I made the mister some sourdough hash. Chocolate chip cookies, alrighty then. I know I haven't put my green on today. I have to cut my little watermelon as my green. I think tonight, y'all, we're going to make Reubens. We're going to make Reubens tonight. I think we're going to do Reubens tonight for dinner. My mother-in-law and father will be here this evening. They're going to hang out with me this weekend. Because the mister's on his trip with our daughter. They're riding ATVs, having a blast, I am confident. They left bright and early this morning, y'all. Hello, South Carolina. Welcome in, honey. No, I'm not going to make the biscuits green, y'all. But that's a good suggestion. That's a good suggestion. So, yes, we will be making dinner this evening, and we're going to make Reubens. We sure will make some Reubens this evening, y'all. So, just some butter, some white lily self-rising flour, y'all. You know I'm going to grab me some buttermilk. Going to grab me some buttermilk, y'all. Marge, I would normally, but the mister is out of town. The mister is out of town. So, just going to do simple Reuben grilled sandwiches. We're going to make some grilled Reuben sandwiches. But normally I would make corned beef. But the mister is out of town. So, no, it's just me, really. The mister's mom and my dad will be coming up to hang out, and we'll have a good time. So this is just white lily self-rising flour and about 3/4 stick of butter, y'all. About 3/4 stick of butter. The recipe for biscuits is on the website. It's on the website, y'all. I am sourdough bread rich today, y'all. Got that sourdough bread back there that needs to be baked off this morning. And then I have another loaf in the refrigerator that's just hanging out. We're just making biscuits this morning. We're going to make some biscuits. We're going to make some biscuits. We're going to bake off that sourdough loaf, y'all. I'm going to heat up some, I have some hash from yesterday morning where I made the Mister's breakfast. And so since it's just me this morning, I thought, well, I'll make me some biscuits. Because I don't care if it's just me or not, y'all. I'm going to make biscuits. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to make biscuits. So I'm just going to make up these biscuits real quick. And then I'm going to heat up some hash from yesterday. And then I'm going to bake off that loaf of bread. Keeping sourdough loaf warm like hey Delaney, if you go up, honey, and click on Chicken Chick at the top left-hand corner, if you click on that, it will take you directly to our website. If you click on that, it will take you to my bio, which will, the website's in there, honey. The website is in there. It's too long to give you the whole name, so I'll just tell you to go out there. So, I got all the biscuits on my fingers, y'all. Got all the biscuits on my fingers. Okay? So if you guys need your sourdough starter recipe, you need your sourdough starter or your sourdough bread, you can find it on our website, y'all. Okay? So I'm just going to take this like this, and I'm going to clean off my fingers one at a time, y'all. This is something my grandmother taught me, y'all. Just clean off your fingers one at a time. That way you leave the most in the bowl. She said, you don't want to waste it. You don't want to waste it. So I'm just going to turn this on, wash my hands off real quick. We're going to pop that out on the countertop. We're going to pop that out on the countertop. Cut us out some biscuits. We got the oven. The oven is at 500 degrees, y'all. 500 degrees. 500 degrees for the oven, y'all. 500 degrees. So for all you just joining for the very first time, I am Melissa, aka the Chicken Chick. And we go live most days, at least once a day. Some days, twice a day. We make all genres of food. However, what we are most comfortable with and what we serve most is Southern food, y'all. Southern food. I'm a military brat, proudly. Military brat, proudly. And so we did a stint in Georgia, y'all. We did a stint in Georgia, and we did one in Texas that I remember, y'all. Okay? And then we settled in Ohio pretty early on in my life. And that's where I call home. I was born in a little town called Sandy Hook, Kentucky, y'all. A little tiny town called Sandy Hook, Kentucky. What I'm doing now is just folding my biscuit dough, y'all. Just folding in some layers. Okay? That's all. Just folding in some layers. So, yes. That little twang you hear in my voice is Kentucky, y'all. Born in a little town called Sandy Hook. Born 9 weeks early, y'all. Born 9 weeks early. Weighing 9 pounds. So thank God I was early. When you cut your biscuits, y'all, straight down. Okay? Straight down on your biscuits, straight up. Straight down on the biscuits, straight up. No circling of the biscuit, okay? My grandmother, I don't know why you do that. My grandmother used to tell me that if you twisted your biscuit, it would seal the biscuit and not allow it to rise. Now, do I know that's factual? I don't. But that's right, home of Keith Whitley. But I know that that's the way my grandmother told me, so I'm going to do what she said. If there's anything I learned early on in my life, it was never, hey, Summer Breeze, never to argue with the elders. So she said, go straight down. I go straight down, y'all. Straight down and up. So we're just making some biscuits. And then we're going to get a pan out. We're going to heat up some, that's the oven, y'all. We're going to heat up some, what I refer to as breakfast hash. Floyd County, Kentucky. I love it. Okay, breakfast hash. Now this, y'all, this right here is called the Misfit, okay? This is called the Misfit biscuit. My grandmother used to say, that's right, always listen to them. My grandmother used to say, hey, never throw good biscuit dough away, y'all, okay? So, there you go. I'm going to do this biscuit. It's going to be just as good as all the other biscuits. It's not going to look as pretty, but it's going to be just as good. Okay? So that's what we call the Misfit. And so I'm going to pull that, put that right in the middle. The Misfit's going to go right in the middle, y'all. Okay? And there you go. See that Misfit biscuit right there in the middle? Kathy, my mama lived in Olive Hill, Kentucky. She sure did. That's where she's buried, actually. Yep, Olive Hill. Okay? So I'm going to put these in the oven, y'all. I'm going to bake them for 12 minutes. We're going to bake them for 12 minutes. I'm going to wash my hands again. I'm going to put the lid on my flour. Put the lid on my flour. Sealed up the buttermilk. I'm going to take me a drink of this coffee. Hey, Linda. We just made some biscuits this morning, honey. And we're going to heat up some breakfast hash that I made. We're going to heat up some breakfast hash. I made for the mister yesterday, and since he's not home this morning, I'm going to eat the leftovers. Okay? So this is just a little bench scraper, y'all. When I make my biscuits out on the counter, I just dump that just like that. Okay? Now I'm going to wash my hands. I'm going to get me some wipes out so I can wash off the countertop. Wash off the countertops. So what's everybody doing for St. Patty's Day today? What's everybody doing for St. Pat's Day? Yeah, those misfit biscuits, honey. You don't throw those away, honey. You got to make those. They're good biscuits. I don't remember the restaurant on I-64. I don't remember that. But I have a brother and a sister, y'all, that live in Grayson, in a little town called Grayson, Kentucky. I have a brother and a sister there. Okay. Winchester, Kentucky. We got a lot of Kentucky. That's right. So let's put those back up there. My grandma had a family called Mayu Flat. So this, my friends, put this over here so I can get y'all down here in the pan. This is going to go in the oven next. This is a sourdough loaf of bread that I made. So we're going to bake that off. We're going to bake that off as soon as the biscuits get out, y'all. And I'll move that back. Oh, actually, I'll move that there so I can put the biscuits there. I can put the biscuits there when they come out, y'all. Now I'm just going to turn this pan on here. Put my buttermilk away. Put the buttermilk away. If y'all missed it, we made chocolate chip cookies. We made chocolate chip cookies. And the recipe has been posted, y'all. The recipe has been posted. So in here, this is a Brooklyn Steel Company pan, honey. A Brooklyn Steel Company pan. And I am talking with Brooklyn Steel Company right now. This pan specifically, this blue speckle pan, was made specifically for something called the Cosbox. Nice. Into Nashville. I like it. So this was made specifically for that, for the Cosbox. And so I am working with the Brooklyn Steel Company right now to see if they will make it for our users, for our followers, for our community here, because everybody loves this pan. I have linked one, y'all, on our website. Same pan, just not the blue speckle that was made specifically. So I'm just going to heat this hash up over here, y'all. Good morning, y'all. Yeah, they really love this pan. And it's a good pan, y'all. Just so you know, this is a very good pan. I love this pan. I usually use it if it's just me, or if I'm just going to fry an egg in the morning for the mister. I will use it for that. It's a very good pan. So, yes. I will. And then this is the butter that I use for the biscuits. And I'm just going to take a little bit, pop it in there like that. Okay. Pop it in there like that. We're just going to heat that up. And then I'm going to make me an egg, y'all. Mama, oh, yes, you sure did, Ashley, honey. You missed the biscuits. They're in the oven, but I'll show you what they look like in a few minutes, because they just take 10 to 12 minutes, honey. And then, Ashley, I'm gonna message you the recipe, okay? And also, out on our YouTube channel, you can see all of our past lives, okay? So, if you missed the biscuits this morning and you're struggling with your biscuits, you can catch it on our YouTube channel, okay? You can catch it on our YouTube channel. The mister loads our videos from TikTok onto YouTube, okay? So the mister does indeed load our videos to YouTube for you guys to be able to rewatch if you need to, or if you're starting to make something. If y'all missed it, we're taking a poll right now. There's a video out where I'm taking a poll for classic vanilla cake, or chocolate cake. We're going to make a cake, y'all. And so I'm allowing you guys to vote which one you want to see made. Last week we made a coconut cake, and let me tell you something, that coconut cake is divine. You gotta like coconut though, y'all, okay? But it's a delicious. So we thought we'd try our hand at a double layer chocolate cake or a double layer vanilla cake. So we're just letting y'all decide on that. You have to go out to the video and vote. We're taking an official poll. No, the mister don't know how to cook, honey. No, no. But I will tell you that I had to have an emergency surgery in 2009, and I was down for several months, and the mister took great care of me, honey. So I think that he could cook if he needed to, but that is not where he likes to spend his time. So this hash, this hash has sweet potatoes, yellow peppers. He's real good at quality control, honey. This has regular potatoes, sweet potatoes, onions, and peppers, yellow peppers in here, y'all. Okay? That's what's in there. Now I'm going to get a little bit of butter over here, and I'm going to pop an egg in there. And I'll show you how we serve this. Show you how we serve this on the weekend. Okay? I'll show you how we're going to serve that up. It's going to be good. It's going to be real good. Okay? This is a farm fresh egg, y'all. Farm fresh egg. And I always crack my egg real close to the pan, okay? Real close to the pan. And that keeps the egg from spreading, okay? And so we're just going to keep our hash over here. Keep our egg over here. Okay, that hash is done, of course. I'm just heating it up. We're going to grab our little spatula. We're going to pepper that egg. We're going to pepper that egg. We're not going to salt it, y'all. We don't salt till it comes out, okay? We're not going to salt it till it comes out. We're going to pop that egg over, just like that, okay? And then, knocked over my coffee pot, okay? I'm going to put this hash just like this. I'm going to put this delicious hash. You see how I let that lay on the bottom of that pan, right? That browns, that gets that good brownness up, y'all. Okay? Just like that. And then we're going to cut off the pan. We're going to cut off that pan. Okay? And then we're going to pick up that egg, that over easy egg, lay it right on top, y'all. Okay? Okay? And then after that, I'm going to put my finishing salt, okay? When you're doing eggs, y'all, don't salt your egg. Don't salt your egg in the pan. If you salt your egg after, okay, when you salt your egg after, it helps to cut the yolk, okay? When I say cut the yolk, you know how the yolk is real rich, okay? It has some science to do with the yolk when you are cooking an egg. You should not salt your egg in the pan, y'all, okay, when you're cooking. Only when you pull it out of the pan, okay? So, we made some breakfast hash. I'm going to show you how I serve it up, y'all. How we eat it here at the homestead. Okay? I'm going to get me a good cup of coffee. Those biscuits are done, y'all. Those biscuits are done, so let me go see how they're looking. Let's see how they're looking, y'all. Yes, ma'am. Okay. Look at those biscuits, y'all. Look at those biscuits. Yes, ma'am. biscuits, y'all. Yes, ma'am. They're gonna be good. They're gonna be good. So, what I'm gonna do, I'll show you how I would serve it to the mister if he were here. He's missing out this morning, y'all. He's missing out. I'm gonna bring the oven down to 400. I'm gonna bring the oven down to 400 degrees, y'all, so I can bake that sourdough loaf off. I'm gonna bring it down to 400. I'm gonna get me some hot sauce. I'm gonna get me the butter. I'm gonna get me some hot sauce, y'all. That's right, baby. Those are good biscuits. Okay? I'm gonna put me some hot sauce right there on that. Okay? Okay, now y'all, let me get some biscuits in this house right now. Let me see. Okay? Let's get us a biscuit. I'm gonna show y'all something. I'm gonna show y'all something right here about these biscuits, y'all. Look at that. Look at that biscuit, y'all. Okay? That's a real good biscuit. Okay? That's a real good biscuit. Nice work, Elizabeth. So yes, I'm going to cut that biscuit open just like that. I'm going to show y'all. Okay, biscuits, perfectly cooked biscuits, those are mile high, honey, are soft in the middle. They're soft in the middle. But on the outside, they're nice and crisp. You hear that? That's a good biscuit, y'all. That's a real good biscuit. I'm going to get me some butter. I'm going to get me some butter. And no, we do not refrigerate our butter. Our butter sits in this butter dish on the counter, y'all. Okay? Just like that. Just like that. Okay? Oh, I'm so happy you tried the biscuits and you love it. Butterfly. Okay? Yes, child. I was born in Sandy Hook, Kentucky. I'm a military brat, so we did some time in Texas and Georgia. Yeah, buddy. Honey. Yes, child. Now y'all getting crazy. So let's check out our hash. Let's check out our hash here. Let me get this biscuit open. Look at that, y'all. Look at that. You see that yolk? Yes, ma'am. Honey, no, those are not canned biscuits, baby. No canned biscuits in this house. No, we don't do canned biscuits in this house, honey. We do straight out the cast iron. No canned biscuits in this house, y'all. Okay? So, we're going to put that sourdough loaf in the oven, y'all. I'm going to put that sourdough recipe in the oven. Yes, Gina, honey, these are good. Yes, ma'am. This is good stuff right here, y'all. Now, Ashley, I want you to make these biscuits, honey. I want everybody to try homemade biscuits, y'all. Okay? And I always tell y'all, there's 13,000 of y'all, but I do respond to all your inbox messages, okay? I always respond to your messages. Abundantly Life, honey, those are, if you go up to Chicken Chick at the top left-hand corner where I'm holding that good, delicious black coffee, y'all. If you go up there and do that, you will see my face. And if you click on it, you'll bring up our website. And all of our recipes are posted on our website. We did do a cookbook for our followers. They asked us to do a cookbook. Listen, y'all, biscuits are just 3 ingredients, honey. Good biscuits, 3 ingredients. Morning, Robin. How are you, honey? Yes, you can absolutely freeze your buttermilk. But, honey, I use buttermilk in cake. The chocolate cake tonight, if I make chocolate cake, it'll have buttermilk in it. I'm so happy, Tammy. That makes me so happy. No, Ashley, I don't, honey, but if you have it, send it to me. I think Kimmy K probably has it. Oh, sorry. White Lily self-rising flour or any self-rising flour will do. Buttermilk. This morning we used butter. I just grated butter into the bowl, y'all. But I use lard most days, okay? Lard in our biscuits. But today I used butter. I used butter. That's what I like to hear, Britt. Don't get intimidated in the kitchen, y'all. Don't get intimidated in the kitchen, okay? Who pays the bills in the kitchen? You pay the bills in the kitchen, y'all. You pay the bills in the kitchen. That means that you own that kitchen. The kitchen works for you. No, honey. 500 degrees for 12 minutes. 500 degrees for 12 minutes. Let me make sure that's still hot. These biscuits here were made with three quarter of a stick of butter. Okay? Yes, Britt, honey, they're just happy little accidents. Is it Guild 2967? No, honey, you don't have to use buttermilk. You can use regular milk. It's going to change the consistency of your biscuit, but it's fine, honey. Yeah, hey, listen, y'all. If you're using a heavy bottom pan, it's 500 degrees, okay? Okay? No problem, Christina, honey. We just made biscuits. We made biscuits and we made some leftover hash that I made for the mystery yesterday with sweet potatoes and regular potatoes and peppers and onions. Okay? That's all, y'all. I'm going to tell you something. This hash right here is one of the mistress favorites, okay? The hash, we have, we make this hash all the time, y'all. It's just sausage, breakfast sausage. Start your breakfast sausage in a pan, okay? When it gets about 3/4 done, then you start adding the veggies that you want in it. We always add onion, we always add pepper, and some kind of potato, sweet potato or regular potato, sometimes both like we did yesterday. And then we always add some kind of, so you can add spinach to this, you can add broccoli to this, you can add asparagus to this, You can add Brussels sprouts to this, okay? And it's going to be so good, okay? It's going to be so good. So whatever veggies that you want to put in the hash, you just put in the hash. Thank you, Robin, honey. I appreciate you. I appreciate all the work that our moderators do, especially when the mister's not here. They just keep right on it, honey. So for my potatoes, y'all, where is mine? For my potatoes, I peel the potato. Yes, bell pepper, honey. Either red pepper, green pepper, yellow pepper. I use this chopper. This is the chopper that I use. And y'all, listen, I have Pampered Chef. You know I love Pampered Chef. I have a ton of their stuff. It is not my preferred chopper, okay? My preferred chopper is this chopper. It is linked on our website, y'all, under Kitchen Essentials, okay? This chopper comes with this little grater, which I use the most, okay? That's what I do our potatoes on. That way they cook up quick. It comes with this big one, y'all. It comes with this big one, okay? It comes with this big one, and you can simply pop those in and pop them out. You pop them in, and you lock it. That's it, y'all, okay? It has its own cleaning tool, okay? Has its own cleaning brush. It has a slicer, okay? It has a slicer, okay? It comes with all this stuff, y'all. It's like $25, okay? It's so inexpensive, and I have tried multiple on the market. This is the best one that I have found, okay? So, but when I'm doing hash, when I'm doing breakfast hash, I only use the small little gadget, y'all, okay? I only use the small one, okay? Hey, Jordy. Thanks, honey. So let me tell you something. If you're going to make fruit salad, okay, if you're going to make fruit salad, if you put this big one, if you put the big one into this chopper, okay, it will cut your oranges, it will cut your grapes, it will cut any fruit basically you put in there into these perfectly diced pieces, okay? So yes, I am not sponsored, y'all. Okay, I'm not sponsored. I'm only going to tell you exactly what I have used and that I know is good, okay? That I have tried and true. That's all I'm ever going to tell y'all, okay? If I've not tried it, I'm not going to tell y'all about it, okay? The other day, I tried some coffee. I drink black coffee here at the homestead. That's what I drink. But the other day, I was introduced to a coffee from Korea. And it was so good, y'all. And so I showed y'all what that coffee was. Yay, John. I'm glad you got you one. Okay. So I am only going to show y'all. I'm only going to show you all what I have tried and I know works. Is there a trend with saying, y'all? You go do that, Ashley, honey. You go do that. I can't wait to see. Send me a picture. And if you need me to troubleshoot, just call me, honey. Twins, I got it on Amazon, honey. It's up. There's a ton of them out there from Amazon. The only one I recommend is the one I have linked on our website. Thank you, Gina, honey. Yeah, I didn't know that that was a trend, but hey, okay. If somebody wants to use it, I say go ahead. Go ahead with y'all stuff. Mm. So I'm going to I'm gonna put this bread. This is a sourdough loaf. I'm gonna put it in the oven, y'all. So just give me a second. I'm gonna move that down. Just putting a sourdough loaf in the oven. Okay. And I have another sourdough loaf in the refrigerator, y'all. I made 2 loaves. Kelly, I have no idea. I have no idea, Kelly. I have no idea. I sort of say I don't think so, y'all. Listen, I'm gonna tell you something. I could not do what I do, y'all, without the moderators. Hey, Canes, or Kansas, I'm sorry. I have my bifocals on, y'all. Yeah, I gotta make 2 loaves, honey. I got one in the refrigerator still that needs to be brought out. Thank you, Krista, honey. But let me tell you something. I could not do what I do without these moderators. Okay, there is 13,000 of y'all and just one of me and one of the Mister. Okay, so I trust our moderators to make the best decision for the channel, because they know the values that we stand with here, the community that we're trying to build here. Okay, and so I trust their opinions, y'all. Yes, Nanny, honey, absolutely. Oh, thank you, Peanut. No, I don't pay my moderators, honey. Yeah, Annie, if you have a cast iron bread maker, I mean, if you have a bread pan, yes, I just make sure that you have it good and seasoned, honey. Absolutely, absolutely, Ash, anytime, honey. Yeah, honey, my moderators, they don't get paid. They don't get paid, y'all. They're just moderators who believe in what we're doing, what we're sharing with y'all, and they want to continue to grow the community. So they just do what they do. Mmm, banana bread, yummy. Yummy, yummy. So for those of you who watch all the time, the Mister and our daughter, um, yeah, I told you, Palm Tree Honey, that's a good price for that chopper. That chopper is let me tell you something. That chopper is a good chopper, and it's real reasonable, y'all. Okay, and Let me tell you something. when uh when I when I first started making biscuits, y'all, okay, so my grandmother taught me how to make biscuits clearly. And we used to make our biscuits in a bowl, okay? And I'm going to show you this trick. You do not have to use a separate bowl for your biscuits, okay? Okay? So, if this was my flour, this is where I keep my flour for my biscuits, okay? And I wanted to make biscuits this morning, okay, before I started on TikTok, y'all. I would just take my flour bowl out of my biscuit bowl, that's what I call it, biscuit bowl, out of the cupboard, okay? And I would take the bowl and I would, what I refer to as fluff the flour, okay? I would fluff the flour like that. And then this flour bowl would be full, almost full, okay? And I would take the back of my hand, okay, and create what I refer to as a bird's nest. And I refer to it like that because that's what my grandmother called it, okay? A bird's nest, okay? So that's what I would do right in the middle of that bowl, y'all, okay? So I would not, before I started on TikTok, okay, before I started making biscuits on TikTok, I just made my biscuits in what is called a biscuit bowl, okay? And so you would just pat this down, okay? And then you would put your lard or your butter right there in that nest, okay? And then you would put your buttermilk right in that nest, okay? And when I would pull my flour in, I would pull my flour in from the side, moving the bowls, okay? Just like that, okay? See how that flour is coming into that hole, okay? So you do not have to, y'all, take your flour out of the bowl, okay? That's just something I do so I can measure it for you all, okay? So I would do that, okay? And then when you do that, you would then mix your biscuits right there in that nest, okay? And that's the way it's traditionally done. When I say traditionally, meaning my family, how I was taught, that's how it was done, okay? That's called a biscuit bowl method. And your lard and your buttermilk does not penetrate the nest that you made, okay? If you made your nest properly, which means you compacted the flour, okay? You compacted the flour down, and you have that center right there like that. Your buttermilk and your biscuits, okay? Your buttermilk and your lard will not go down into the rest of your flour, okay? So you do not have to have a separate bowl for your biscuits, y'all, okay? If you want to make them in what's called a biscuit bowl, okay, a biscuit bowl, you just create the nest in the middle just like that, okay? Put your lard or your butter. Yeah, that's right. This is how my grandmother and my mom taught me to make biscuits, okay, y'all? Right in the bowl, okay? Put it right in the nest, and then so you have your buttermilk and your butter in there, okay? So if you have it in there, and now you're going to start making your biscuits, okay? So what you do is you have a bowl that you can turn on the counter, okay? And you're going to be turning that bowl and just taking your fingers around like this, okay? Like that, from the side of your bowl. And see how that flour falls into that nest, okay? That, my friends, is how you make biscuits right in the bowl, okay? So you don't have to dirty another bowl. I only did that for y'all so that we could show you, make up a recipe for y'all, because before I started doing this, I didn't really have a recipe, because I just used my spidey senses, my grandson would say, my spidey sense, okay? And I wanted to be able to tell y'all a good recipe to use, okay? Let me wash my hands. So for me, if I was just doing it for myself and not on here where y'all could see, I would just use the biscuit bowl. Yay, Krista. That's what I like to hear, honey. Yes, the recipe is on the website, honey. That's right. You fluff it down, honey, you fluff it down, you compact it down. Okay, you compact it down. And anytime I open a flour, listen, y'all, anytime that I open any container that has flour in it, okay, if I'm going to measure flour for anything at all, okay, anything at all, I'm going to do something called fluff, okay? Fluffing the flour, okay? And yes, I do actually use lard, honey, not Crisco. When I say fluff the flour, okay, when I'm fluffing flour, this is all-purpose flour, okay? So when I do a cake, cookies, anything like that, okay? Cakes, cookies, pies, whatever, y'all. Let me grab a measuring cup. Okay? So, so when you pull your flour out, okay, you want to do what's called fluffing, okay, which means that you're going to take your thing and you're going to just fluff it and make the flour real light, y'all, just like that, okay? That's called fluffing the flour, okay? The biggest mistake that people make when they are baking, okay, the biggest mistake that people make when they bake and they follow a recipe is that they mismeasure their flour, y'all. Okay, if you come up to this container and it says a cup of flour, okay, and you stick this cup, okay, if you stick this cup, the difference between Crisco and lard, honey, is Crisco is vegetable oil and lard is animal fat, honey. If this recipe called for a cup of flour, okay, and I came over to this container and I did not fluff the flour and I stuck this thing into here and I got a cup of flour and I wiped it off, that cup of flour is going to weigh much, much more than if you fluff the flour and then you spoon the flour like this into your measuring cup, okay? So never put your measuring cup into the vessel. I call this jar the vessel, okay? You do just like that. So then at that point, then you wipe it off. Then you wipe it off. That's the difference between what is called, yeah, you can sift when you're doing biscuits, honey. So that's what's called a cup of flour, okay? So if I walked over to this and I went like this, okay? And then I did that, this weighs much more heavy than the cup that I just did earlier, okay? So do not, when something calls for a cup of flour, do not get your vessel out. That's what I call this canister, is a vessel. Don't get this out and just dip your thing into here and wipe it off, okay? It's going to make a major difference. Hey, Kathy. Yeah, a lot of people, if you make something with flour, y'all, okay, with flour, please make sure that you are measuring your flour correctly, okay? That's the biggest mistake that people make when they're using flour, okay? It just changes the way that what you're making is going to turn out, y'all. It might make it drier. It might make it tough, okay? So always fluff your flour, then measure it like that, okay? Now, if you are making a recipe, y'all, if you're making a recipe and the recipe reads, if the recipe reads a heavy-handed cup of flour, a heavy-handed cup of flour, if the recipe reads that, then you will stick your cup directly into the vessel, dip it up, and wipe it off. That's a heavy hand of flour. Okay? Tammy, honey, if you refrigerate your flour and you don't have any problems with it, yes, I don't have any issue with that. But for me, I use flour so much here that we don't have to freeze them. And we keep 50 pounds of flour in the basement, y'all, in a big food storage container. Oh, Cheryl, you tried it. Yay! I'm so glad, honey, that you tried the making your mashed potato or your boiled potatoes in the chicken stock. Okay? Yes, Ashley, honey. And flour is getting expensive, honey. Flour is expensive. Okay, y'all? It's expensive. So if you have something, um, if you have if you have something that you like to bake a lot, y'all, for flour, and you have the ability to keep flour in your basement in a food storage container, I always encourage you all to do that, okay? We have a 50-pound container downstairs that we always keep flour in. I have used better than bouillon, but when I make my potatoes, y'all, when I'm going to make mashed potatoes, Elma, I will link it for you, honey. I use King Arthur all white unbleached flour, honey. Sure, I'll be doing sausage gravy and biscuits in the morning, honey. No, they're not all made with bread flour, honey. Better than bouillon, honey. If something calls for a bouillon cube, if something calls for a recipe calls for a bouillon cube, which used to be what you used to buy in the store in those little tiny cubes, y'all. If you're using better than bouillon, then you would half it. So, like, if it calls for one bouillon, you're going to use a half a teaspoon of the better than bouillon, okay? I do have a 24 karat gold. I do have a potato cake recipe. I've not had it posted yet. So I can do that, but it'll be Monday when the mister comes back, okay? Yeah, Cheryl, it'll be on the YouTube video, honey. Absolutely. Yeah, Emmy for two boys. That's right, honey. Carmen, honey, the way that I make my mashed potatoes, and it's going to change your life. Everyone that has tried it, everyone that has tried this with the mashed potatoes has sent me a message thanking me, okay? So what you do is you put your, you cut up your potatoes like you normally would to make mashed potatoes. You cover them in water, and then you add this, okay? 2 tablespoons of this chicken bouillon. Now, we use a lot of it, so that's why I got this big container, girl. I use this big container, okay? You use 2 tablespoons into your water, okay? And then it's going to flavor your potatoes when you are cooking them, okay? And so then you can just mash them. Don't add salt, honey. Don't add salt to your mashed potatoes because they're going to be plenty of salty, okay? Yes, chicken broth mix. Yes, it does, honey. Let's see. 16 teeter, I think it is. Sorry, I don't have my bifocals on, y'all. And the mister's not here to help me, so you'll have to be patient with me. Yes, honey, you can use vegetable stock for your potatoes. You sure can. Okay. Yes, you use water, honey, with the better than bouillon. Mm-hmm. But somebody asked a question back here. I must have missed it. Oh, the cookbook. If you ordered a cookbook, if you just ordered it just now, y'all, if you just ordered it just now, it won't go out till Monday, y'all. No, I do not. I only use the bouillon when I am making mashed potatoes, honey. Mashed potatoes. Not when I'm making potato salad. But I'll have to try it someday. I don't know. I bet it'd be good. If you ordered it a few days ago, honey, it's going to go out. If you ordered it before Thursday, I made a big, I took a big order to the post office. I took a big order to the post office on Thursday. Those all went out. But if you ordered it since then it's going to go out today. I have another packet that's going to go today. And the $23 is including the shipping, y'all. It is including the shipping. The $23 does include the shipping. Thank you, Robin, honey. Yes, you do. You do boil, or you do drain your water when you boil it. But after, if you want to keep that broth, you can certainly keep that for making soups. Okay, if you want to keep your broth, that's a good broth, honey. So you can keep that, make soup. You can use that to make potato soup. Okay, so you can freeze it when you strain your potatoes. Keep it. Yes, Cheryl, honey. Sausage gravy is in the cookbook. Yes, sausage gravy is in the cookbook, y'all. So yes, if you drain your potatoes and you've put bouillon in them, you can save that broth and freeze it. Well, is it caramel or caramel or Camilla? Don't be intimidated in the kitchen, honey. You pay the bills for that kitchen. Okay? You pay the bills for that kitchen. So you own that kitchen. Okay? You own that kitchen, girl. So cook in that kitchen. Okay? I just freeze it in a plastic bag, honey. Plastic bag. You're so welcome. I love to answer the questions. That's why we're here, y'all. We want to be here to teach and to share what knowledge that we have so that we can help you all. Thank you, Robin, honey. Thanks so much for the double taps. Really appreciate that. Really appreciate that. Hi, Carol, honey. Welcome in. Tonight, I think we're going to make, I think tonight we will make, just as a nod to St. Patty's Day, we will probably make grilled Reuben jaw. Grilled Reuben jaw. Yes, yes, Heidi, we made biscuits, and then we heated up some breakfast hash, and we have a loaf of sourdough bread in the oven. Jules, honey, don't wash your eggs, honey. Why are you washing your fresh eggs? Ba, ba, ba. Thanks, Nina. This is our fresh eggs, y'all. Fresh eggs here. Okay. We have 12 hens outside and one rooster outside. And then in the garage, we have 20 more little chicks and 3 little ducks. Okay. Thanks, Jules. Sorry about that. Yeah, don't wash your fresh eggs. So these fresh eggs come in as is, and we just put them in a basket. But right now, there was a gentleman who called and wants a dozen eggs, so I got to go out and collect this morning. And so I just put them in here. Okay. But this is an olive egger. We have olive eggers. You never had fresh eggs before? Well, honey, you got to get you some fresh eggs. Okay. These are the Rhode Island Reds. Yes, Missy, I told people to do that, honey. I told people don't throw away your peels and stuff. That makes great vegetable stock. His name's Elvis. Well, our rooster, his name is Lenny. And then we have this real light pink color. Okay, egg. That's the color eggs that we got right now. I'm gonna wash my hands, y'all. I'm gonna wash my hands real quick because those eggs are fresh. We don't wash our eggs. We do not wash our eggs. Okay. Yeah, double yolkers. We have a Rhode Island Red who lays double yolkers every day. Yeah, Robin, will you put the way that they can tell their eggs are good or not? You can do a float test on them. You can do a float test on your eggs, honey. But for me, the easiest way is when you crack open the egg. Okay, good morning, Lori. Thank you, honey. When you crack your egg, I always crack the egg into a side bowl. And yeah, you never had eggs, so you have fresh eggs, honey. Hey, Jules, we leave our eggs the same when we sell them, honey. Okay. If we sell our eggs, when we sell our eggs, we always just leave them as is, fresh. Hey, Christy, honey. We have a loaf of sourdough bread in the oven, and we made biscuits this morning, and we heated up some breakfast hash that I made for the mister yesterday with an over easy egg, and that's what we had to eat this morning. And for those of you who know, have been around for a while, you know that I eat a heavy breakfast, heavy lunch, and then most evenings I just skip. I will have what I make for dinner for lunch the next day. Okay? That's how I keep this girlish figure, y'all. That's how I keep this girlish figure. Ha, ha, ha. Okay? No, Christy, you don't need to refrigerate fresh eggs unless if you clean your eggs, okay? If you collect fresh eggs and you clean them, then they need to go in the refrigerator, honey. But if you leave them undisturbed, meaning you've not washed them, just the smell, honey, just the smell and the look of an egg. Yeah, no problem, Christy. No problem at all. Yeah, you smell a bag egg, honey. You don't have to worry about that. Really appreciate the double taps, y'all. Hey, Melissa, thanks for joining. We made some biscuits this morning. We got a loaf of sourdough bread in the oven, y'all. We got a loaf of sourdough bread in the oven. Yeah, Christina, honey, though, you don't want no rotten eggs. Christy, I'll probably be on this evening when we do the Reubens. And then we're either going to do a double layer chocolate cake or a double layer vanilla cake. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it tonight or in the morning. No, I don't wash the eggs right before using, honey. No. If the egg has something on the outside of the egg, for some reason, I will wipe it with a little bit of paper towel. No, Penny, I'm going to be doing a cake, either double layer chocolate cake or double layer vanilla cake. Classic vanilla. But I'm going to try to do a pie for y'all because I want to show you how to do the pie crust. I want to show y'all how to make pie crust. A couple of you are intimidated by pie crust. And so I do want to show y'all how to make your own pie crust. Because the other night we made chicken pot pies, but I used the store-bought. Sure, Jules, what you need, honey? What's your question, girl? Thanks for joining, y'all. This morning, Kathy, I used butter. But most mornings I use lard, and I'll show you the lard that I use. this is the lard that I use, y'all. Okay, this is the lard that I use. Okay. That's the lard that I use. I get it in the Mexican store. Okay. I get it in the Mexican store. Okay, I buy my lard in the Mexican store. They use this when they're doing their tamales. So yes, this is the lard that I use. It's my preferred. Oh yeah, homemade noodles. Woo woo! Homemade egg noodles, they're the best. Yeah, you can get the same lard at Walmart. Yeah, absolutely. It's just cheaper, Ava, in the Mexican store. Yes, this lard is sold at Walmart. You can get it cheaper if you buy it at the Mexican store. That's all. I have a pie crust with lard, and I also have a butter pie crust. So I will, I'll post a poll when we're going to do the cake, when we're going to do that. Let me check on the sourdough loaf, y'all. Oh, yeah. Okay. There's the sourdough loaf. Sourdough loaf. This is sourdough loaf that just come out the oven, y'all. Jules, if you have a question, honey, you can message me on here if I missed it. Okay? So this is the sourdough loaf that we just pulled out. Okay? We just pulled this out of the oven. And we're going to leave it, y'all. I'm not going to cut into the sourdough loaf. If you're doing sourdough loaf bread, okay? If you're doing a sourdough loaf, sourdough bread really needs an hour, okay? It needs an hour. It needs an hour just to rest, y'all, okay? Just to rest. It needs an hour just to rest, y'all. Okay? That's all I'm doing. Just going to put a little butter on that like that. Okay. And that's ready, y'all. That sourdough loaf is ready. And my, the mister's mom and my father will be here soon. And they're going to want this bread, y'all. Matter of fact, I just heard them open the door. Alright. Django. Django boy. What are you doing? Bringing my groceries home, man? Thanks, sir. Got it. Thanks, sir. See, I make them work for the breakfast, y'all. Perfect timing. That's right, Lori. They're not going to get this bread, honey. They got to wait an hour. They got to wait an hour. They'll probably have biscuit. No Django. They smell the bread. Okay, y'all. I hope that you guys have a fantastic day. Yeah, that's Django. He's always looking out for me, y'all. I hope y'all have a fantastic day and are blessed. And, we're almost to 20K, y'all. So double tap, double tap, double tap. And we will see you. Thank you, Lori. That's the old guy. See the old man back there? He getting him a cup of coffee. That's why he comes here. Thank you all. Have a good day.